Hello everybody, it is Demo Donna here, and I am excited to once again be a part of Sneak Peek Week. So fun to say. Say it 5 times fast. Sneak Peek Week. And I have the very awesome privilege of showing you guys the, excuse me, Hexagon Flip Dies. So this is a fun little spin-off of our other fun flip card dies that was released a couple of months ago, and a fun new take on it with bees. So again, thank you guys all for joining me. If you're watching live on YouTube, on Facebook, if you are watching the replay, I love seeing all of your comments. So comment away. Throw those hearts out, share, all the fun things. And we will get right into it. If you have any questions, ask questions. I will try to peek over and read them. And if I don't get to them during the live, I will definitely go back and review everything. Just real quick, there is a couple of you watching so far. So hello to Lori and Kelly and Maureen and Rosalinda, thank you guys. And Susan, thanks for watching. And Sherry, hi. Welcome. And Nancy, hello. Excuse me. Yeah, so this die, and I'm actually going to be using, so I'm going to do 2 cards. I'm very, very ambitious this evening. One of them, I have like 90%, well, like 99% figured out. The other one is going to be a bit more spontaneous, and we're going to be using our new foil, some new foilables, as well as some foil sheets. So thank you, Lynn and Heather, for joining me, and let's get right to it, everybody. Let's get rid of this and make this a lot bigger. There we go. And the fair in Minnesota in my town has started, and tonight is the race car derby something. So if you hear loud humming in the background, it is not the bees. It is race cars, so sorry about that. I won't have any human interruptions, but yeah, it's getting loud randomly, so here we go. Okay, so to get started, I'm going to break down the actual die set. You're going to receive this guy here, which is how you create your fun fold. The other large die in the set, which is here, are for your side detail on your cards, and that looks like this guy right here. And then you've got this beautiful hexagon scalloped edge. You've got a stitched hexagon, so those layer nicely in the center of your flip. You've got this adorable bee. I love the size of the bee. Again, is going to work great with the ladybugs. You have some wings, so you could pop the wings underneath. And then this is the base of the bee, so you can add a little yellow base. You've got a hexagon die, which will be really fun for making honeycomb. And then you've got these also cut out hexagons. When you cut out the actual die itself, you get these 3 hexagons, which is cool. And then you have a bit of a larger one. And then last but not least, you have this fun little drip of honey that fits perfectly on top of your stitched hexagon. So I went ahead and pre-cut a lot of this. I am going to show you just how easy it is to cut out your fun flip. So I am going to, I already pre-cut mine, but I just want to show you guys. I know I'm a visual learner too, so it is nice to see how this is done. So these little pieces here go on the top of your actual paper. So you just kind of scooch these guys in. You can add a little washi tape. So this is just some removable, I've had this little roll forever. It was from a from a Craft and Hobby Association show, a retail show. All right, so I'm just gonna line those guys up, take my die now, run it through my die cut machine. And you have two choices. You could score your card. You can use a pre-scored card base. Or you can also fold it after. So now here is, the only thing that's being cut out is this. Right here and right here, those are now going to be score lines, which is fabulous. And you know, it only takes cutting it out once the wrong way for you to realize, oh wait, that's not the way it goes. And I've done that. Speaking from experience. All right, so to fold that, like I said, you can either score this or to fold it, what I like to do as well is put the cut piece down here, and then I go ahead with my fold, and voila, you now have an A2 card base. This guy gets just simply folded over, and look at that. Woo! Easy peasy. Easy peasy, flip fun beezy. I know, can you, incredible. So adorable. Okay, now that we've got that part out of the way, let's start creating. Oh, hello, Libby and Jody and Kimberly. Gosh, I pop over and look at all you human beings that have decided to join me. Thanks so much. You know, I think it's really hard to resist sneak peek week for the lives. So again, thank you guys all for joining. I am, for this first one, so I went ahead and I used School Bus, which is a pink and Main cardstock, and I just love this color. Perfect honey color for your bees. So that is going to be my card base. I did it exactly the way I just showed you guys. And I went ahead and used, I cut all of these guys out for this one. Our next one is going to be a little bit more random. So I think really good matchups for this fun fold here are your scalloped rectangle dies. I used the largest one, so that's this one right here. And then I'm also pulling in for this first card, I am using the layered scallops rectangle dies, A2. I'm like, I know this name is bigger. And I use this large scalloped rectangle for this guy here. I'm going to be using these two as well in my second card. And then for this one, I'm using the big high. I think it's so adorable. And I'm using all three of these hearts. So those are the additional dies that I'm going to be using for this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and layer these and stick them on the inside. And then for our second one, we are going to be doing some embossing. And you know what? I think this guy is about ready to be refilled. I do just love this color combination. Black and yellow is a very cool color combo. For all you Pittsburgh fans out there, yes, I grew up in a household very divided with a raging cheesehead mother and a Pittsburgh Steeler stepfather. So, you know, lots of black and yellow and green and yellow. And then there's me. Football, what? So, right, Steelers colors. That's what I think of too. All right, we are going to layer this guy in here. I'm actually, for this one, because I'm going to do a little trick, I'm going to scoot this guy, instead of centering it, I'm going to scoot it in a little closer to my card fold because I want to hide my high on the inside behind my fold. All right, so now we pretty much have the inside almost done. We're going to be doing something else a little bit more fun. All right, so for the two insides of my card, I am now going to be doing the scalloped hexagon dies, which come with this card set. and we will just pop those in. There we go. All right. I do like hockey. I like hockey though by default. I married a hockey player, so you know. But of all the sports that you have to sit and attend and watch your kids play, I got to tell you, hockey's not so bad. You know, you're always indoors. It's never rained out, although I do tell a story of one time being rained out at a hockey rink because it was raining so hard that the drops, there was a leak or a few leaks in the building and they were putting holes in the ice. So we actually did get rained out. But yes, over almost 30 years of being with my husband, I've learned some things about hockey, so I could actually pay attention sometimes. I do my best. This is a crafty girl you're talking to, not super sporty. Okay, now we've got cuteness overload. It's so fun when, I mean, really, we haven't done anything yet, and it already looks so cool. Just that color palette alone, super fun. And those of you that popped on later, the paper that I'm using is School Bus by Pink and Main, fabulous cardstock. Okay, next we are going to do this die here. And for each of your cards, you're going to want to cut out 2 of these. You get 1. So 1 goes here. And I like to put the other one on the inside when you open the card. I do see different variations. So I've seen people put some over here or however you want to do it. But I like when you open the card, you've got both of these guys hugging your inside hexagon. But we are going to do something fun with this. We are not just going to leave it white. We are going to create a fun little hexagon background. And the cool thing about symmetric dies like this is you can create big dies by gluing these together. So I am going to make a nice big honeycomb die and show you how simple it is. And look at, even if you were doing like a scrapbook page, you can just glue these together by layering them and have a nice big honeycomb. So you might look at it and just see 3, but with a little bit of glue and a little bit of layering, you can have a big honeycomb, which is fun. Okay, let's go. I am gonna get a little glue on my table, and that's fine. Who doesn't love a little gluey table? All right, so I am going to put glue around all of this, just like so. And I am doing this from start to finish. There is no fast forward. So how did I put these on? This is that moment where I talk to myself. I think I did it like that. Yes. All right, perfect. We're gonna go right about there. And I'm just pushing it down on my paper. And then while you're layering this, you just want to make sure whatever section you're covering, you are totally layering your honeycomb on top of it. You're not butting them up against each other. And I will show you what I'm talking about. Ooh, and this would be really fun too, like sticking out of a card. On this, we're going to cut it, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, this is what I mean by layering. You don't want to butt them up. You actually want to put the 2 on top of each other to create that. So far, we've glued the 2 pieces together. And then make sure the paper to paper, you push down so your glue adheres. This is going to be my 3rd one. There we go. Can you guys even hear the cars? I always feel so hypersensitive to the noise happening in the background. And then of course, oh my gosh, Pooh Bear would work with that too. You're absolutely right. That would be so cute. Okay, again, we're layering. We are layering, everybody. Just layering them right on top of each other. And a nice even push. There we go. We got a couple more to go. Hopefully I cut enough out. Oh, we'll be fine. We will be fine. Okay. There we have it. I love this set, even for the bee alone. There's so many like fun standalone pieces. Even if you're not doing a fun flip card, the bee is adorable. The honeycomb die that we're using right now, awesome. I keep knocking down my bits with my sleeve. That's what happens when you have long sleeves during your demo. Can you guys hear it? Can you hear the cars? Am I going crazy? We'll just pretend they are bees. You can't hear the cars. Okay, good. All right, I will stop freaking out about it. You know, it's got to be something. It's either my family in the background, or my dog, or a Matchbox Derby. You know, pretty basic for Minnesota. All right, here we are. I know there's still some, I'm going to do this section here and maybe this up here, but I'm going to do it with my leftovers. So what we are going to do now is we are going to flip this guy over. There's two things you could do at this point. You could take your die and put it right on top again, and you could run it through and have it cut out for you, or you can just use your scissors. And I'm going to do that by just going like this. Because when you do the die thing, you could end up cutting your die again. So you want to make sure you washi tape it. And then you remember we layered the paper. So some of the sections are a little tougher. Not really, like it's two pieces of paper, but some are lighter, and then you might hit a little bit of a tough spot. And we are almost done. There we go. There we go. And there we go. And then I'm going to flip this guy over just because I am right-handed. I'm one of those. So it's easier to have the scissors butt up on this side. Fun fact, I married a lefty. So we have to sit in the same position every time we eat because you don't want to go elbow to elbow. Anyone else have to sit next to a lefty? It's a big deal. These are things you don't really think about when you're younger. Okay. We are going to glue this guy there. Might as well, right? Hello, Melissa. Anyone else I didn't say hello to? Hello. Because my screen does like keep scrolling up. So if you popped on and said hi, I will definitely say hi to you after the live if I didn't say hi to you yet. Okay, we're going to glue that guy on, and maybe we'll glue just one more up here. It's not really that noticeable, but you know, since we are being very detailed, I told you we were going to do this from start to finish. No cutting corners, no TV magic tonight. Well, there is TV magic because I already did the second one. So you don't have to watch me do this ×2. You're welcome. Okay, now we have a complete, fun, black and white background with a gluey desk. And let me grab my other one so you could see them both. So how cool is that, right? And the cool thing is you made that all from just this little 3 honeycomb die. And like I said, anything symmetrical like that, you can overlap. Like fences you can do. There's a lot of different dies where you take a look at them and you're like, wait a minute, I can just repeat this. You'd be surprised. You take a look at your dies and you would be surprised the amount of them that are repeatable. Okay, we are going to glue these on. There we go. This is my 5th summer here in Faribault, Minnesota, and I have yet to attend any of these fairs. I know, I do believe at this point I need to go to one, at least one day. If nothing else, I hear the people watching is phenomenal. That's always fun. All right. And you know, everything on the planet deep fried. It's another exciting, you know, fun fair fact. All right. Here is our cool black and white paper that we just made. How cool is that? That's wicked cool. Thanks, Karen. It is wicked cool. Okay. Your husband is the only right-handed person. Everyone else is left in the family? That is crazy. Thanks for sharing, Helen. Isn't that neat? So fun. Who would have thought just this little guy can create, I mean, and you could do that with your entire background here. Really cool. I just wanted to pop in some black and white. Okay, next we're going to put our adorable little bee together. So cute. So this piece here, which if, you know, sometimes you just look at die sets and it's like, huh, what is that shape for? So this guy tucks under to really pop that little black and yellow. And I would definitely put the glue on the black part, make it much easier than trying to figure out where the glue goes here. There we go. And then as for your bees wings, this little dip here goes under your bee head. So I'm just going to add my glue there. And we are going to pop that on like so. And actually, I wasn't going to, but yeah, no, I was going to add more glue, but it'll be fine. There is, that'll probably help. There is your bee. How cute is that? So fun. Definitely go to the county fair. All right, good to know. See, I mean, everyone tells me to do that. I just, you know, the thought of it is a little, it's a lot, you know, if you're not a fair person. To be fair, I'm not really a fair person. Okay, we are now going to do the inside honeycomb. And I have 2 of these here. And again, a very gluey table, which is so fun. We're going to set our adorable little bee. We are going to do our honeycombs. And I am using, let's toss these guys, a little table cleanup. Never hurts. All right, I'm kind of using a couple different stamp sets, pieces here and there. And for the next card, we will be using some new foil. So this is a new stamp set coming out. I do believe Caitlin used this last night. I'm not 100% sure. I'm like 80% sure. I saw the final card, gorgeous. So I do believe she stamped and colored these sunflowers. We are just going to use the honeycomb part of it. So this is Best Yet to Come. Really great sayings on it. Very, very sweet. Oh, I'm knocking things over. Not a surprise. So I've got my honeycomb here, and I'm using another awesome pink and main ink, and this is called Construction. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab a piece of scrap paper. You know, I could have done this with the glue. That would have been brilliant. Okay. Because we are going to stamp over the edges. So if I wasn't doing a live, I would totally just do it on my desk and clean it. But I'm going to be kind of clean after the glue incident. Okay. So we are going to ink, and since I've already used this, I don't really need to treat it. So I'm going to go 1, and then I'm going to go 2. And if you guys look at all of the releases, I want to say most of them are really compatible. Like you've got the bees and the sunflowers and the honeycombs. And we're going to go right there. This one I am leaving a little bit of space, but we're going to be layering over it so it won't be too noticeable. So that'll be the inside. Can you list the supplies you used? You know what? That is such a great ask. I will do my very best. I could do it on Facebook. I don't know if I can edit it on. I'll figure out a way, Kimberly. I will figure out a way. I normally don't list my supplies because I don't really have it together as well as Caitlin does. And usually by the time I go live, the photo and the idea that I had 5 hours ago has now changed dramatically. So I can't commit. I can't commit that much in advance to listing my supplies, but after the live, not a problem. Okay, here are my 2 little honeycomb background papers. And we are now going to take those and glue them on the inside and outside of our card. It's quite fun. Okay, who has the other fun flip? Do you just sit and do this nonstop sometimes? Oh, yay, okay. Libby said that she will post the description for you guys. I will put it all together of what I used. I will do that tonight, and Libby will add it to YouTube and Facebook. So fabulous. Thank you so much, Libby. Look at that. Teamwork. What's going to work? That's right, everybody. Teamwork. Okay, we have our honeycomb. And we have our honeycomb. Lots of honeycomb. I mean, we are definitely on theme with our card. This could even be like fun chicken wire too, everybody. That's right. Chickadee chicken wire. Okay, let's go back to, let's move this guy. All right, and I know I mentioned it's nice when your rings scrape the table. There we go. Okay, we now have this guy that we're gonna get to. Actually, let's do our bee really quick. What I wanted to do with my bee is take a coffee filter, because then we're gonna let it dry for a sec. So we're gonna take our little coffee filter, and I am going to grab Ice Rink. That is this beautiful glitter. And I'm gonna take my glue. I would totally be using this glue, but I didn't open it yet. I mean, I have one that's open, and I need to clean the top because, as you guys know, I am notorious for leaving my lid off. So I am just gonna fill my wing with glue. All right, wing number 1, wing number 2. There we go. Kind of making a mess, but it's glitter. Okay, I'm gonna take my little bee. I'm gonna dip these wings in there. Tap, tap, tap. Then I'm gonna dip these wings in there. A tap, tap, tap. Give it a little flick. There we go. All right, and if you have any glue that, like this guy here, kind of popped out, just use your fingernail tool, or you can use your pickup tool, the pokey end, and kind of remove some of that before it dries. Luckily, my glue is a clear craft glue, and this glitter is a transparent. So when that dries, you are just gonna get some cute, sparkly wings. So lovely. And then you could take your glitter brush, your cleanup brush, and clean up the loose glitter left up on my bee. Okay, next, let the party continue. We are going to I'm going to test out, I brought a couple different embossing powders. I want to use Caramel Latte, but I don't know if it's going to be too orangey, so we're going to give it a try. So I cut out a couple different ones. Another option is to use Icicle. So Icicle is a clear glitter with clear embossing powder. So you're going to see this color through it, or this one is going to change the color to more of this caramel color, which is kind of honeyish anyways. I don't know, we probably have, my son is a honey freak, and we I don't know. I feel like we have every flavor of honey in the honey sticks. And then I feel like everywhere we go, we have to buy the honey there. I'm like, oh, dude, we have honey. We have a lifetime supply of honey. All right, you guys, embossing powder, super easy. And I am going to take, oh my goodness. I am going to use these guys. I forgot I got them and I'm so excited to use them. So these are also being released. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, I feel like I've been waiting my whole life for these, at least a year and a half. These are the fine tip tweezers. I know they had some tweezers when I first came to Pink and Maine, and I was so excited, and then they were discontinued. So I now get to use these. And look at this cool packaging. I don't know, what would we put in here? This is so fun. Whoop. Throw them on your workspace. So you got like a curved tip, and then the other one is a straight tip. So it's a 2 tweezer pack, which by the way is fabulous because I'm usually looking for one of the two. So you've got a curved and a straight on the fine tip tweezers. So I'm going to take this guy off. Wow, look at that. Oh my gosh. Now it's going to be like all those crafters, probably some of you watching, that use this to like put things on. I've never been that person. I use these, but look at that. You could totally use that for that like picking up and placing. Who is a tweezer user to place their little things? I know you're out there. I know you're watching. Here they are. Here they are. Okay. Oh, vellum for the wings. I love that idea. I love vellum. Okay, now that we have this, now that we've, remembered our tweezers, you totally use tweezers. See, I knew you guys were out there. I watch videos and I watch people use the little tweezers and it looks so like dainty and delicate and cute. And then there I am shoving my fingers in everything. I'm like, oh, but not tonight. See, I'm going to pick up my little tweezers and I'm going to dip that in one side and tap, tap, tap. And then I'm going to use my finger tool. I mean, I could at this point be using the other tweezers. But no, I'm going to dip those in. All right, and now we are going to heat set. And I'm just going to scooch this guy over. Scoochity scooch. Give it a little heat. I think I am happy with my caramel latte. I think that's kind of fun. It is a little dark. But like I said, honey now comes in every color. Ooh, that is pretty, everybody. I was gonna do 2 layers, but you don't really need 2 layers. That is perfect. And the cool thing that the embossing powder does too is it makes it look very dimensional. Like it really does look like something is dripping off your page. Okay. For those of you that want to know what color this is Caramel Latte. And this is an embossing powder with glitter in it. Fun fact, if you're new to the Pink and Maine crowd, black lids, glitter flocking, white lids, embossing powder. It's always good to have your facts. It's good to know the facts. You don't want to be spending, several minutes trying to heat up something that is a glitter. All right, props to this little dude. Loved it. All right, you guys. Now I have glitter on my table. Perfect. Moving right along. We are going to be putting our glue and our honey and our bee on the front here. And then we've got a fun little something to go on the inside. So I'm going to hold that down just for a second. There we go. I do like that it's darker. I feel like it pops a little bit more. What do you guys think? Love it? Love it? Love it? Have something different in mind? Too dark? What are your thoughts? It's like a maple honey. These are very healthy bees, everybody. They are a product of No Mo May, which is again something I learned while living here in Minnesota. Not sure I ever heard no mow in California. So I am going to add my cute little bee right in the middle. And yes, we're going to pop them up because I am really eager to see how much longer it's going to take me to get to the bottom of my foam here. And I'm going to make them a little bigger. So I'm going to fold that over. And now I've got thicker foam. Plop that right in the middle. There we go. And then add my adorable little bee. How cute. So cute. Okay. Now, I got a little inspiration from my nails. I know they should be yellow, but they were yellow last week when we did these cards. And I had to switch it up. So now we have orange nails, and I am going to be using a Wildflowers paper. This is the cardstock. And this is how I store my papers. This is really creative. Are you ready? I keep my sheets in here. I cut the tops off so I have the names. And then I just shove all of my leftover pieces right in there so I don't have to cut a new sheet every time I use them. So this is Wildflowers, and it's gorgeous. It's kind of like a burnt orange color. And again, I went to the, let me grab the die. There we go. My adhesive's not. So with that burnt orange color, I cut out these hearts, and we're using the high as well on the inside of our card. So here are my hearts. I cut out 4 or 5 tiny ones. So here are my little ones, and then 2 big ones. So for the inside, doing some space management, there we go. For the inside of my card, I'm going to add the 2 larger hearts. So open this up, and I'm going to do 2 of my hearts here. I like these hearts because they're funky shaped. They're not totally perfect. So I like that. And there's, I mean, as we all know, there are a lot of heart options in the Pink and Main die collection. Like a ton. Which I love, because if you want something, I think I'm going to go down here with this one. If you want something funky, you can go funky. If you want something totally symmetrical, like we did last week with the layered stitched hearts, like these are nice and even, or these are nice and funky. Sometimes you need a funky heart. Fun fact. Okay, I think I'm going to go right about there. I like that. Don't squish your bee, Donna. He's still drying. Okay, so this is my flip bee, honey, hearts on the inside. Okay, what are you going to do with the other little hearts? Demo Donna, tell us, tell us. Okay, we are going to stick some of them in our honeycomb. So I'm going to do this guy here. And I am going to do, I think I'm going to do 2 on the top here. Can you believe we're still going to squeeze 1 more card in? I know. Craziness. I think I'm just going to do 1 down here. I was going to do 2, but with the big hearts, we got a lot going on the inside. So, sorry I was out of camera. There we go. So we got the 2 hearts, and then our big hearts on the inside. All right, and so far we have nothing. Our card has no saying whatsoever. So we are going to we're going to add our big high, and we are going to do a little stamp masking, which is fun if you've never done that before. And I don't know, should I put an eye on my heart? We'll see. It could be a little heart overload. We'll see what we think. Okay, so I am going to, this is why I stuck this in, because I want my seine to go behind this guy here. And I think I might need to go a little bit higher. There we go. This is why I tucked this piece in first. this background. Oh, look at that, it worked. Okay, so now that I know the placement of that, I'm going to glue my eye first. Right there, I'm going to tuck it really close. And then my H. Line those guys up. How fun is that high? I don't think I've ever used this high die. So really cute. And I'm going to use just the dot. I was considering the heart, but I have a lot of hearts on this page. So we are going high, but we're not done yet. We're going to say hi, honey. So I have from another stamp set that's going to be released on Friday. This is Hey Honey, and we are using Hey Honey, but we are not going to use the hey. We are just using the honey. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to mask a stamp if you just want to use a piece of it. So what I'm going to do, everybody, is I'm going to take a piece of that. You could use washi tape, you can use removable tape like this, and I'm going to go and cover up the hey, just like that. You don't push that down too hard. And then I'm going to take my ink, and I am going to ink that up, do a couple stamp outs. I'm going to remove the washi tape when I stamp it on my main card. Don't worry. Okay, looks good. So you ink it up. I know I'm out of frame. You ink it up. Then before you stamp it, you remove the washi tape. Make sure there's no ink, wet ink on your hay. And my hay is okay. And I'm going to put my honey right there. There we go. Okay, so now I have hi honey when you open up your card. Look at that, you guys. Super cute. Hi honey. Okay, we need to get it together. Speed her up. Okay, I am using the browns. I believe this is from this week. And I'm just going to add a couple of little guys, and then we are moving on to door number 2. Okay, I think I'm going to do 3 of those guys there, and maybe I'll do 1 and 2 right here. And there is card number 1, everybody. I hope you like it. And now we're going to quickly jump into card number 2. We'll see. I mean, we are. We'll see how quick it is. But you know, you guys, everyone, maybe stand up, do a stretch. Everybody, a little stretch. Get ready for card number 2. This one is not really designed yet, so, you know, I don't know. We could pull an all-nighter if we want to. You can stay on as long as you want. Okay, card numero 2. Let's get everything going. We will be doing some die cutting, which, you know, is not my favorite doing live because you guys have to sit and wait for it to get done. All right, let's do the inside first. So again, I'm using the scalloped rectangle. I'm going to layer it here with this die, and everything's going to be glued to go fast. I'm going to throw it on the table. That was just an added bonus for you guys. Okay, that guy goes there. We are going to glue this to the inside of my card. Fabulous. This guy goes right about there. Remove this little heart trying to sneak its way onto a card. And then my card front, like so. I'm going to take these 2 black bases again. You know, I could have mixed things up and did different colors, but I didn't, but that's okay. All right, the black scalloped hexagon. It just looks so great with the rectangle hexagon, doesn't it? All right. Aw, thanks, Libby. I mean, they are so cute, right? In that honeycomb. You guys should come over, do this with me. It's a lot of fun. Or, you know, you can get the die, set yourself up at home. It's like a fidget spinner for adults. Flip cards are the new fidget spinners, everybody. They are here. Oh, and hi, Caitlin. Look, everyone's saying hi. What a fun group. You guys are so sweet. Okay, everybody say hi to everybody. Go ahead. I'll wait. I'm just kidding. Okay, now we got this so far. Still looks even cool just with black and white. Next, we are going to bust out the old machine. We're making some room here. We've got a little glitter action happening here. I'm going to take my cleanup brush, and it's not going to remove the glue on my table. That is for after the show, but at least we're going to clean up some of that glitter. Okay, here's this little cutie. We've got our mini Minc machine. And then I have a nice long sheet. These are available at pinkandmane.com. So we've got the smaller folders to use with your fabulous machine here, your foil machine, your mini Minc. And then you've got the longer ones. And I've only used mine a couple of times. Look at how pretty it is. Don't you love when things are newish? First they're new, but just that one time. So they could at least be newish for a lot longer. Here is the new foil. Ooh, and you know, it's always a fun game. What is this foil called? It's not released yet, but I'm sure on that first video that Michelle did, she said what the name of this foil is. Okay, P.S. I love that you guys all listened and followed the instructions, and everyone is saying hello to everybody. You guys are awesome. You gotta share the love. Okay, brand new foil, foil of the monthers. You guys are gonna be getting this bad boy, and then it's also available. Satin champagne. Obviously, I love this. Satin champagne, that's great. I am gonna have this in my mimosa on Sunday. I'll be like, yes, please. Can I get a little satin champagne, please? Okay, I am taking this giant sheet and I'm doing the whole thing. This is again a new release, Bees and Sunflowers Foilable Sheets, available to you all at pinkandmane.com on the release this Friday. I am using one of the sheets, but there are 7 other awesome sheets in this kit. Next, we are going to take this guy and we are going to, like I said, foil the whole thing. Normally, I cut these bigger pieces into what I need, but I have a feeling we are going to need all of it. So let's roll this out and let's go there. I hope that's long enough. There we go. Save this for another day. Okay, we are going to cross our fingers that I cut out something long enough. Looks like I did. Yay. And I can't believe I didn't wipe it down. So let's go back to that. There's too many exciting things. So many people hanging out with us. All right, give it a good rub down, especially because I have glitter on my paper. It looks pretty, glitter on my desk. It looks pretty clean though. Everyone looks clean. All right, and now I'm seeing all the things pop up. There we go. Okay, open this up. I feel like last time I did a big sheet, I put it all the way to the top and it didn't work. It didn't like foil that top part as much. So I left a little bit, like 1/8 of an inch. Make sure you have all your toner covered. I had a little tiny bit. Ooh, I think I need to flip this over because it was cut kind of crooked. So let me do that. So see how I left a little bit on top here? Like I said, I put one all the way to the top once and it did not foil as well. So let's run that giant guy through. While we do that, let's put our little bee together. And this time he's just going to be a simple bee. No glitter. I know. It's upsetting for everybody. Okay. Bee. Bee wings. Check. Bee stripes. There we go. Check. All right. Hey, you guys, while we're waiting for this lovely honeycomb paper to be foiled, a really fun thing to do to get the awareness out about Pink and Main. I know you guys all have crafty friends on your Facebook page. It is great when you guys share our lives on your Facebook page, because then your crafty friends can go, oh my gosh, Demo Donna, Caitlin, Libby, Michelle are all over at Pink and Main, and I want to watch these lives. So if you guys just click that share button and share our lives on your Facebook friends with all your crafty friends, then, you know, our parties just keep getting bigger and bigger and more exciting for all of us. So we absolutely appreciate when you guys share. Okay, doesn't that look delicious? Mouth-watering satin champagne. Yummy. Yes, there are smaller ones, but for what I'm using this for, I needed the big one. So pretty. Oh, so gorgeous. And then, of course, don't forget you have all of this honeycomb yumminess that you could put on your white toner sheet. Very awesome. Okay, next what we are going to do is we are going to cut out, I think I'm going to go that guy. And then I'm also, I've got stacks and stacks of things. I'm going to take this guy. So we are going to do our first cut is going to be this here. And let's run that through our die cut machine. I'm going to go there. And I'm going to go tuck that right up. There we go. And it never fails, you guys ask what my die cut machine is, and I have 3 of them. I used to have 4, but I now have 3. Actually, I take that back. I have 4 because I have the mini one too, but I use the Anna Griffin Empress die cut machine. So it is an electric one. I got it for Mother's Day from my fabulous mother, and I love it. Okay, we've got our honeycomb. Show you guys. So I have this guy for out here. So pretty. So it's kind of like with this gold, it's like a very elegant card. I really like it. I mean, the name does it justice. It's absolutely champagne-y. I don't think that's really a word, but it is now. It is for us today. Champagne-y it is. How pretty that is. So if you're ever going to do a die cutting, you absolutely, with your foils, you want to foil first. Foil first, then die cut. I don't even know if I'm going to use my bee. I might even put this. No, I changed my mind. I changed my mind on my thought that you guys did not know what was coming up. But okay, we are going to add 2 more on the inside. So run that through, and now you know why I cut out. Now you know why I foiled this giant piece, because I wanted to. So I'm going to do, I'll show you guys. I just only have so much room on my lovely little camera here. So I'm going to put this guy in this corner so we could cut that out. And then I think I'll be able to fit this right there. Look at that. We made it all fit. So therefore we've got 2 of each of these. Grab my top plate and run that through. All right, now grab these guys. Thank you very much, Empress. Okay. And then you still have some left. So we never trash this. We keep this. I mean, that is still a lot of delicious. And you can use those on your upcoming cards. And then, by the way, when you got something like this that you didn't finish using, a great place to keep it is back in your packaging. So I can now take this and shove it back in my packaging here. And then next time I go to grab this and want some honeycomb, I'm like, ooh, I already did this one. Perfect. Okay, we're not dealing with this right now. Come on. Everyone's watching. By the way, if you pulled all your papers out and put this in with it and then shoved all the papers in together, but look at that. Now that's in with the rest of them and you know where it is. Storage, check. And using your scraps, check. What all of us love to do. Because we are collectors, not hoarders, collectors. Okay. We are going to do this piece. All right. So pretty. All right, you guys, what is on your wish list for this release? We have showed you some cool stamps, some cool dies. What's your favorite so far? Lots of fun things. Don't forget the Crafty Courtyard kit and that really gorgeous exclusive paper pack. Lots of fun. Now's a great time to sign up for some of our clubs if you have not done that yet. Woo! Look at that, you guys. So pretty. So pretty. Okay. We are now going to tap into all of this fun. And these are this month's foilables. These are the Honey Bee Cap. And look at all of these great shapes. You've got dies that fit perfectly on here. You have fun sayings, honeycombs, bees, tags, circles, a lot of great stuff. So if you are obsessed with these, ooh, I like that. I think I might even stick that on the inside here. I think I might have to. All right, that was easy. I've already got a lot of this gold, so I am not even gonna run that through my die cut machine. Crazy, I know. I'm gonna do this guy right here. And I might even, this is when my, ooh, I might even use that guy. No, I'm just gonna do that. We're gonna throw this bee on. And then I want to use a happy birthday. So let's fly you up a little higher. And then we're gonna do a happy birthday, and I am not going to foil it. I am just tossing it on just like so. Sometimes these just need a little cleanup because they get printed all together and then they get cut out. So sometimes they do have just little tabs on them, which are really easy to just trim with your scissors. So I am going to tuck my happy birthday. So I've got my bee, my happy birthday, my heart on the inside. I want a little heart crazy today. And I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do sweet as a bee. And here's the thing, I just want it to be hidden. So I am going to, since I already have a lot of my foil, I am just going to put this on right there. All right, you guys, we did it. We did 2 cards in under an hour. Embossing, we used glitter, we used foil. I don't know what we didn't do. I felt like we used it all. We used new dies, showed you some stamping tricks. So here, if you hopped on late, here is card number 1. We're only missing one thing, and that is a little bit of bling. And then our grand finale. And And I think I'm gonna do just one in each corner. And then I am gonna add a little to my bee wings. I mean, come on, that just finishes it. All right, so again, if you popped on late, card number 1, we did glitter and glue embossing techniques. We did a stamping trick where you can mask your stamp saying to just use one of the words. A fun little technique with our smaller die to create a larger die, which is this is what we created that fun background with. And I will be listing out everything that I used in tonight's live, and Libby is going to be awesome and adding it to the YouTube and the Facebook page. So make sure you check that out. Maybe like an hour from now or like half an hour from now, I will have that all sent over and ready to go. So here you go, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I'd love to hear what your favorite product from tonight was or something you learned. Don't forget to share this on your Facebook page with all your friends so they know where to find this fabulous company, Pink and Main. And if you do some shopping and you were inspired, don't forget to use code Demo Donna, all one word, and you will receive a little thank you gift. Thank you guys so much. Have a fabulous evening. Let's see. Bye, everybody.